Hey everyone, today's video is about when he warms his hands between your thighs. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. Bakugou Katsuki, you are both sitting outside on the cold winter day. Your breath visible in the crisp air. Bakugou had forgotten his gloves and was rubbing his hands frantically together, trying to keep them warm. Jeez, it's freezing out here, he muttered, his teeth chattering. You noticed his discomfort and offered a solution. Here, put your hands between my thighs. It'll warm them up. Bakugo looked at you. Are you sure that's a good idea? You nodded. Yeah, it's not like we're doing anything. It's just a way to keep you warm. With a slight hesitation, Bakugo placed his hands between your thighs. The warmth of your body immediately spread through his fingers, and he let out a sigh of relief. Damn, that feels good, he said, closing his eyes. You both sat there in silence, enjoying the warmth and the peacefulness of the moment. It was a small gesture, but it brought to you both a sense of comfort and closeness. After a few minutes, Bakugo withdrew his hands, feeling the warmth that had returned to them. Thanks for that, he said, flashing you a grateful smile. You smiled back, happy that you could help. No problem. I'm always here for you. It was a small moment, but it made you realize just how much you care for Bakugo and how much she meant to you. As Bakugo withdrew his hands from between your thighs, he leaned in and kissed you gently on the lips. It was a sweet, tender moment, one that reflected the love and affection you both shared. I love you, he whispered, his forehead resting against yours. I love you too, you replied, feeling your heart swell with emotion. The two of you sat there together for a little while longer, wrapped up in each other's warmth and the comfort of being together. It was moments like these that made you realize how lucky you were to have Bakugo in your life. Eventually, you both got up and headed back together inside, feeling ready to take the rest of the day on. But even as you went about your daily routines, the warmth between your thighs lingered as a reminder of the love and affection that existed between you and Bakugo. From that day forward, you both made it a habit to warm each other up or simply just snuggle up together. You both knew that the warmth wasn't just physical, it was a reflection of the deep love and connection you shared, one that would keep you both warm, no matter how cold the world might get. Todoroki shouto. You found yourself sitting with Todoroki on a chilly evening. You were both bundled up in warm jackets, but the cold still seemed to seep through. As the two of you chatted, Todoroki suddenly shivered, his hands turning cold. You noticed his discomfort and offered to help him. Even though he had a fire quirk, he would always love it when you warm him up. Here, you said, gesturing for him to sit closer. Let me warm up your hands. Without a word, Todoroki moved closer, bringing his hands to rest on your thighs. You were surprised by the sudden contact, but soon realized what he was doing. The warmth from your body began to seep in Todoroki's hands, and you could feel him relax against you. You didn't mind the close proximity, enjoying the feeling of helping someone in need. As the conversation held, Todoroki kept his hands on your thighs, occasionally moving them around to find the warmest spots. You could feel his appreciation in the way he sat comfortably against you, a small smile on his face. Eventually, the conversation died down, and Todoroki removed his hands from your thighs, thanking you for your help. You smiled back at him, feeling a sense of warmth and connection between the two of you. As the night grew closer, you and Todoroki decided to call it a night. and head back to your dorms. You walked with him to his dorm until you reached the entrance of it when he turned to face you. "Thank you again for helping me warm up earlier," he said, a small smile on his face. "I don't know what I would have done without you." "It was no problem," he replied, returning the smile. "I'm always happy to help you." With a nod, Todoroki turned to head inside, but paused for a moment before he did. "Do you think we could do this again sometime?" he asked. You nodded, understanding that he meant the act of warming up his hands. "Of course," you replied. "Anytime you need it." Then Todoroki leaned down and kissed you on your forehead. And then he waved, then disappeared inside his dorm, leaving you standing outside in the cold. But despite the chill in the air, you felt warm inside, especially on your forehead, especially the place that he kissed. Midoriya Izuku. As you sat on the couch with Midoriya, you could feel the warmth between your bodies. The chilly evening didn't seem to bother you much, as you cuddled up together, enjoying each other's company. Midoriya's hands were cold, and you noticed that he kept rubbing them together in an effort to warm them up. Without a word, you took his hand in yours and rubbed them gently, trying to bring them some warmth. As you rubbed his hands, Midoriya smiled at you, his eyes filled with gratitude. Then you put his hands on your thighs and put your hands over them. Moment after moment, you could feel the warmth seep into his hands. Eventually, Midoriya's hands grew warm again, and he leaned in to press a soft kiss on your cheek. "Thank you," he whispered, his breath warm against your skin. You smiled back at him, feeling a sense of contentment wash over you. As the night wore on, the two of you stayed cuddled up together, enjoying each other's warmth and company. As you sat together, you couldn't help but feel grateful for the bond you shared with Midoriya. It was moments like these that made you realize just how lucky you were to have someone like him in your life. And so the two of you stayed cuddled up together, enjoying the warmth of each other's bodies and the comfort of each other's presence. It was a small moment, but one that you would cherish forever. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye!